Hello, world. Welcome, everyone. We're going to do a webinar here on my outreach system that uses subscription software along with lifetime software and my software suite, Bountiful Leads, in conjunction with each other. And that'll be a whole system you can build out, and it'll have less cost than, say, these other subscriptions. My suite has a total of 10 plus tools for one price of $97 a month. And that gets you 11 different tools, I think now. We just added one feature, but that's the core of our system is the Bountiful Lead software. We're going to go over some of this today. No interviewer, just me. I just got this webinar software, so let's dive in. Here we are. And our goal is to create an outreach system for cold email, cost less than the competition. We could probably do this whole system with a year's cost less than $3,500 with my system. However, the next year is going to be even cheaper because you own a number of lifetime licenses you're not paying subscription on, and therefore you own some of these assets and you're not paying monthly. It's just better that way, in my opinion. That's what the system is based on. Is there's a lot of lifetime software, but it incorporates well with my suite, marketing tools, Bountiful Leads, and then you can have some subscriptions too. Some of the core products, say like your newsletter software or hosting for your websites. They all work well together depending on who you use. And just go with good providers, hosting your big names. Let's move on here. So here you have a classic marketing funnel. We're going to have our outreach system with some web assets. These might be web properties, websites, and so forth. And you're pushing traffic, your web assets, to get opt-ins for some kind of email bait, some kind of lead magnet that's of curiosity to your subscribers that you're going to pull in. You have a whole back end newsletter system. That's an automated sequence that will send them an email, say, every day. You can also have webinar, and at the end, you want an end goal of getting sales and leads. And that's what it's all about. Making those relationships with clients and moving forward. Here you see some of the features on Bountiful Leads. This right here is an old screenshot. We actually have a new AI writer tool for websites. You can just plug in your WordPress login and it generates articles for that. But this is the core of our software here. It's mainly centered around cold email and website plugins, website widgets for conversions. So you have here a social proof notification, social media. I'll move that. Moving on. Here you have an installation of our mail in a box software on a VPS. And this right here is how we set up our senders. You don't have to go this route as far as senders go. You can actually use Google senders. They come recommended from support. So I would suggest getting behind the Google senders if you're not that technical. But this is just an example. And you can do a lot of this with freelance labor. See, I had all these errors on my server before, and I hired a freelancer just the other day, and he's cleared up all those errors for a very low price. So it's just an option. My system runs pretty flexible. You can add or incorporate alternative software if you want. Here you have a screenshot of some of the lifetime softwares I own. There's about, I don't know, 60, 65 of them. I've paid over $10,000 for all these. And you see there's various ones for different things. Like LeadRocks is another database provider. And they just give me more data for my cold email campaigns. Let me move on to the system. And this is a screenshot of the entire system in flowchart. It's the outreach system here. Mail server. It's a server I was talking about. Mail in a box hosted on a VPS. Now this VPS is Tommy Linode, and they just let us send out all these emails, and it's our own system. Although you could use a sender paid for, say, in Google Workspace, there is an option you can rent those, and that will cost you every month. Also, we have here in our system our software. A lot of this is lifetime software. I'll go over in a minute. We have our data, which we send to. We send mass email campaigns, cold email to a variety of prospects with our message copy. And then you get your sends, your clicks, your replies, and maybe even some scheduled discovery calls if you want. But we're offering them something, and then they get into our funnel with a PDF guide, an ebook, maybe a webinar, a free trial, any kind of option like that. And we get them in on our back end newsletter sequence. You can see here, these are click campaigns, these are some options. But anyways, these are the subscriptions. There are about 4 subscriptions you want to have. Bountiful leads, hosting, possibly your senders, and your ESP, which is, your newsletter on the back end. The one I use is Constant Contact. They're pretty good. You also have to pay for a VPS server if you're hosting a VPS there, containing mail in a box. I use Webinar Kit for my webinars. Rune for email validation, and Lead Rocks for extra data. I got Scribble for PDF generation. It took me about a month to make this ebook I put together for you all. And that would be our cold email guide for 2025. Now let's move forward here. This is the entire system that I like to cover. At the core is Bountiful Leads. This software suite has 11 different tools. And that's pretty much your core because you're going to have a lot of your cold email tools within this. It's also got some website widgets. I suggest the social proof widget especially, but it's got all kinds of features. I can't even cover all of them right here, but we're just going over the cold outreach part. And I'll show you inside of Bountiful Leads in just a few. And then here's some of the stuff we got on future webinars I might cover. I'm also into e-commerce. This here is our beautiful ebook I put together. It's about 32 pages long, and it'll teach you a lot about email marketing for business to business. Let's dive in a little bit. There's an earnings disclaimer, of course. I don't mention that you can earn anything with this. I mean, this is an outreach system, but your product might really not be what people are looking for. It's also versatile in that way that you can market different products quite easily. You can get behind an affiliate product with very little ease. Here's some of my affiliate products that I promote, some good ones. Moving on, here's a story if you want to read more about me. I used to do email for a car company back in like 2012, and we were doing Yahoo Mail manually. And I just figured out really quick there's got to be a better way because all my stuff was hitting spam, and I was getting captchas. So eventually I moved on to GMass, and then a little bit later, I got my own software suite. Awesome, right? So if you follow this ebook guide, you'll be able to do some things. Here's a little word on calendar bookings, scheduling those discovery calls, and it just goes on and on with a little bit of ChatGPT AI tricks. Go over the features within Bountiful Leads, pricing. If you click this, this will bring you to the website too. Our recommendations, campaign goals, sender setup, and I'm not recommending Namecheap anymore. So go with the Google Workspace if you want a simple solution. And those will connect to Bountiful Leads inside the software suite. And you can begin sending after you warm up a month or two. And there's just a lot of information in this. And I just wanted to get this information out to you guys. This is a free gift from me, by the way. Ebook, 32 pages long. I ask you for a review. I ask you for a review. Please leave us a review if you can. And here you have main features. So we can enrich different data to include emails. We can use a social tool here I won't even mention. We have email extraction from lists of websites. This is send emails for your campaigns. There's also an email warm-up tool. I mean, there's so many tools you get for the low price of $97. If you were to pay for these separately, it'd be over $1,000 a month. Moving on, daily registered domains with lead information. That's an interesting one for newly formed business registrations. Capture leads with a chatbot solution. That's a little script widget that you put on your website. Build emails from first name, last name, and company name. That's handy. Social proof widget. A lot of you know how valuable that is. Some of you paying $50 a month just for that. We have an online review tool, and then here you have an API to check emails. And there's a new tool we're just adding in, and that's an AI article tool. Now, this tool works with WordPress, probably best with WordPress because you can just put your login in there and it'll automatically post. But it can work for other websites too. You can generate these articles and upload them to your website. Anyways, what we're dealing mostly with here is our email campaigns, and we have a unified inbox here where we can check all our email replies. And here under campaigns, under warm up exchange, I got some of my email addresses warming up. They were warming up a little better before, but I just had a freelancer fix my server, so there's a lot of stuff that needs to be refreshed. As you can see, I have here about 70 senders. If you're sending two